How did I create this? From this. Chainsaw Man. The insane spectacle that needs no introduction, as with most of Satoshi Fujimoto's works. Ever since reading the Reze arc, I wanted to animate it myself, and in order to do that, I needed a song. After scouring hours of music, I found my solution hidden in the sand. I seriously implore you guys to listen to the lyrics, because they're just too good for this. Every finished animated movie is a miracle. With that in mind, I set out to make this all by myself. The most important part of any animation, or any film project really, is the storyboard. Why is that? The storyboard is the director's vision, the foundation in which the shots and compositions will be based off of, and tell the crew what elements are needed. The critically acclaimed director of 2019's Oscar-winning Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, is a famous example of a visionary building structure around storyboards.
다한테서 들은 바에 의하면 그 아줌마가 엄청 심한 복숭아 알러지, 알레르기가 있다는 거야. 그 왜 복숭아 그 겉에가 완전 다 털이잖아. 그 털이 1m 근처에만 가도 온몸이 새빨개지고 호흡 곤란해, 천식에 아주 쌩 난리가 난다네.
At the very least, it sets the stage of what to expect as the animation develops. It would be very ignorant and a massive headache if one neglected planning in the earlier stages and left it to be dealt with later. Could not be me. And before we know it, we're going to the mattresses. Is anyone gonna get that? I don't even know if... Having set the game plan, next was where the real meat of the project would lie. Using reference sheets from the character designer GOAT, Kazutaka Sugiyama himself, was a major help. As for getting motion references, let's just say my camera roll is full of... Yeah, never ask an animator to share their gallery. Hundreds of drawings later, we are finally cooking. Character animation is basically set, and as for the background animation, we can take care of that later. Right? Okay, now that all the hard stuff is out of the way. Wait, what do you mean it's not gonna get any easier? At least it's not gonna get worse, right? So now we get to work in one of my favorite softwares, Adobe After Effects. Now, the really neat stuff gets done. To put in perspective just how much compositing makes a difference, before and after. With the power of masking, gradient maps, and some cheeky overlay effects, we're able to achieve a pretty solid semi-realistic fire composite, all from just 2 animation layers. It was all clear so far, until reality caught up. This was a challenge, to say the least. Remember when I said that storyboarding is the most important part of the creative process because it establishes every shot and what's needed? Well, naturally, I ignored that. I jumped to character animation and camera movement without actually having a background in place. It had already been a few months of off-and-on work at this point, an endless dance between animation, compositing, and motivation versus sheer commitment. I was stumped. I wasn't done just yet. It was time to face the hurdle, and I already had a running start. And just like that, we were back in business. With a little bit of calculated planning and After Effects tricks, I drew up an extreme fisheye background and manually keyframed it to match the motion to my satisfaction. All that was left was doing that for all the rest of the shots to finish the visuals. And now we're finally finished. At long last, months after its first ideation and jumping from one obstacle to the next, the project was finally complete. Every shot in this animation started as a rough idea on a page, and each step of the way reminded me just how important it is to have a plan. Having focus allows you to enjoy the process, to gain freedom and explore however you want, all while having a strong foundation beneath your feet. Who knew organization could be so liberating? And without further ado,
of a cannibal. She rips out my bones just like I'm an animal. And right when I'm feeling like my blood is drained, she calls it a game. But the wound that she leaves is unmistakable.
Hey, thank you guys for watching. Chainsaw Man has been one of my favorite series from the beginning, and was actually the series that first got me into animating. Seeing the amount of creativity and respect the series gets from the creators making the anime is such a treat. And if Tatsuya Yoshihara, Hone Hone, or anyone at Studio Mappa is watching this, in all seriousness, it was tons of fun making this as my first process video and getting to experiment. If you enjoyed any part of this video, have thoughts, suggestions, or just want to say hi, please feel free to like the video and comment below. I'll be reading every single one of them, and I've got plenty of ideas of what I could work on next. Till the next project.